y'all doing today? Welcome aboard the barbecue. I'm Spencer, I'll be y'all's host. Today we're gonna be cooking up some chicken thighs and making some moderately spicy grilled chicken sandwiches. I'll just run through my ingredient list with y'all and just let you see what I've got going on here and what we're gonna be cooking with. So, first off, see, there's some run-of-the-mill chicken thighs. These are untrimmed. We have not gotten the chance to trim them yet. I will be taking some of the skin off. We don't like it, too fatty. So got some hot sauce, Frank's Red Hot, just what's laying around the fridge. We have some jalapeno slices picked up from Harris Teeter, local grocery store. And we also have some whole jalapenos. The jalapenos and the hot sauce, we're gonna stick those in a Ziploc or vacuum sealed bag. Completely up to you is what you'd like to use. Either way, it gets the job done just the same. All right, so we're not doing anything too fancy when it comes to, cutting off some of this fat. I don't want anything too thick, too heavy. So you guys can see some of this right here. I'm just gonna try and scrape some of that off, cut it off, discard it. Up to you how you wanna pull it off. Some people may wanna leave it on, by all means, go ahead and do so. I just take a less is more approach. I'll try to take off, especially some of these bigger chunks like that guy right there. Let's see. There we go. A little too fatty for my liking. All right, so we're to the final step of the evening. We're gonna get our nice juicy mixture inside of a vacuum sealed bag. Pro tip, make sure you seal the bottom of it. The last thing you wanna do is leave it both sides unsealed and try pouring a wet mixture inside a bag. Just to show you guys what I've got going on here, it's a Food Saver vacuum sealer. Purchased off Amazon. There will be a link below in the description where if you'd like to check this out and buy it, by all means, go ahead. I've used it for probably 3 years now, off and on, between meal prepping chicken, sous-videing steaks, vacuum sealing steaks that I buy in bulk, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's been a phenomenal asset in the kitchen. All right, so this is gonna be the tricky part. I kind of cut my bag a little small, but we're gonna get that meat in there one way or another, right? All right. My mom didn't raise a quitter, so we're getting this in there, or else. Can't forget the last little carrot and those little jalapenos. We pay for every carrot and jalapeno we use in every carrot and jalapeno, right? One thing you guys know about me, I am cheap. So every single bit of everything, it's getting used, I guarantee you. Let's see. It's a nice easy part right here. That'll be something, as you start using a vacuum sealer more, you get more used to, but it sure never gets easy. I'm going to do, this has two modes. It has a dry and a moist. I'm going to do a moist. I'm really, I'm not looking for it to pull much liquid out of here. In fact, I would like it to pull no liquid at all. Pull a small amount of moisture out, but nothing excessive. It's still going to have a nice juicy brine here. I'm going to override it. It's got enough, enough air pulled out of it for my liking. So I'm just going to override it, seal it, and then we're done. That's everything we got for this evening. We'll be back tomorrow and we'll slap it on the Santa Maria grill and get them fired up. All right, guys, like I promised, back the next day. We already got the fire going. You probably see it over there on the Argentinian grill. Definitely become one of my favorite grills to use. I've been a gas grill cooker probably, I don't know, the last 5 years. Never bought into the hype of live fire cooking. Bought that grill, phenomenal. So the next day, see what we got here. We got some chicken thighs, all juicy. Gonna lay these out on the board. We're gonna season them one of two ways. Some of you guys may know, depending on what other channels you follow, this is kind of an adaptation of a MeatChurch recipe. So in his fashion, we're gonna use some of his seasonings, but like I said earlier, from Louisiana, we're using some Tony's. We want some heat, we want some flavor. We use the Tony Chachere, baby. So if you guys are not familiar with what that is, I'll show you what we got. High quality seasoning right there, baby. If you can't get it at your local grocery store, it's worth shopping online, getting you some. I use it in everything. You're going to see me using it all throughout this channel. All the time. I even put that thing on steaks. Not saying there's not better options, but I just love some Tony seasoning. It's what I grew up on. Everybody's got their preference. If that's what you grew up on, that's what you're going to like to use. Let's see. right, so like I was saying, we are going to be using some Tony's on some of these, and we're going to use some MeatChurch on the other. Just a light sprinkle. Tony's is a pretty powerful seasoning. You're not really going to want to go too heavy, pretty high sodium content. They do make a non-sodium version or a low sodium version. Let's be honest. Why are we out here cooking if we ain't getting some sodium in our food? Can't always be healthy with everything. I do try my best, but I'm not perfect. And I want to enjoy the food I'm eating. Now, the same thing can be said about the fajita seasoning that we're going to be using on the other bits of these from MeatChurch. Is they are also, this seasoning right here, MeatChurch Fajita blend, it's also a bit saltier. I got a little carried away my first time using it. I was a little frustrated just because I guess I wasn't expecting it to be as salty, but it was my own fault. You just got to pay attention to what you're using, how you're using it. Trial and error is going to play a big part in your cooking journey, right? You're not going to be perfect the first time around. Can't expect you to be. No one is. Well, maybe some of us are, but not me, that's for sure. I've messed up plenty. All right. Got a nice good covering. You can probably see we've got a good little bit of pepper, heavy pepper flaking in there. It's going to be pretty solid. Give you a little extra kick, nothing too crazy though. We got some pecan wood going with some charcoal briquettes. I like mixing charcoal and your wood. You don't have to. Most people probably wouldn't. I think I'm just a bit of an oddball. I kind of like the flavor profile that the two add in together. There are obviously different types of charcoal briquettes you can get that may be other hardwoods. You can also do this with other types of woods in general. We like to pick our wood around the type of meat that we're cooking so that way we're giving the meat the best possible flavor profile. So I'm going to raise this up. Nice thing about this Argentinian, the ability to go up, down. So we're going to slap those on. Whoo, baby. Hope you guys can hear that sizzle. That sounds good. Sounds real good. It's going to taste real good. At least that's the goal. All right. You guys interested in this massive cutting board? I know it doesn't look probably that big in the video. This thing is 18 inches by 24. It's because it's so big, it doesn't fit in a single drawer, single cabinet, single anything that we've got. So what we've came to terms with is we now have an outdoor cutting board. All right. These flames are kicking, baby. So we're going to raise this thing up again. Don't want it cooking too quick. And in the meantime, I've got a little secret I did not let you guys in on in the beginning. We're doing veggies. We got a nice little vegetable bag from, I think, Grill Mates, someone like that. Got some seasoning and some oil on the vegetables here. We got some zucchini and some bell peppers. Just kind of nice added mix where you can get some veggies in. Nice thing about these, you don't have to worry about flipping your veggies over again and again and again. Just kind of spread them babies out, slap them on the grill. We'll just let them eat. And I'll be right back. Figured I would do you guys a favor, bring you in on the action while we still got, the first stages of cooking going on. Whoo, baby. All right, so if you were paying attention, you might see I add a little secret pot over here. This is my little handy dandy cast iron. This thing is absolutely sweet. Got it from Lodge. I think I got it on sale. I think it might have been $5, $7, something like that. Great deal. I use it all the time, heating up sauces, heating up butter. That's what we're doing right now, butter in our chicken. Butter, it's good for the soul, it's bad for the arteries. But you ain't here forever. So, all right, so one of the last things we're doing, really the last thing we're doing, if we did it correctly, before pulling these off, is going to be check our meat with a meat thermometer. When I'm on the smoker, typically I'll have my probes that are hooked up to my pit boss already inside the meat, kind of giving me a good idea of what's going on. I don't fully trust them because I use this thing all the time. It's a ThermoPro. Link will be in the description below. Amazon, $15, maybe $20. So what I like to do is, when that chicken looks like it's getting close to done, which this is, we got a nice char on the outside, got a nice color, should have some really good flavor. When it's at this point, you know, it's, in my eyes, it's basically done. However, to prevent ourselves from overcooking the chicken and getting it to where it's tough or it's been dried out, we're gonna check it with the meat thermometer just to make sure. Look at that baby right there. Whew. Whew. That is gonna be good. So what we've got going on here now is these, I already checked them. They're all where they need to be. 165, 170. You can let the thighs go a little longer if you have to. You shouldn't have to, but you can if you need to. It's not nearly as temperamental as a breast, where once you get those babies at the safe point, like 3 degrees over and they're dry, dry, dry. Not nearly as temperamental. And then another little secret I didn't let you guys in on was I put in the jalapenos. All right, y'all. Had to show you the finished product right there. Nothing crazy fancy. We're not here for fancy. We're here for good tasting food. That's what we're here for. Got some melted pepper jack cheese on the top. I'm a huge pepper jack fan. What goes better with spice than spicy cheese? You know? So, first bite. Haven't had it yet. We'll see how it's going to be. Man. That is too good. And pepper jack cheese is a perfect complement in it. Notes of jalapeno inside of there, but nothing too crazy. Wow.